Hello everyone, welcome
Okay,
back for
couple of
the
beers.
first
Let's see who
knockout
we get
round of
here.
this
Surely we're due
Champions
for a
League,
nice
the
draw in one of
draw
these
that we
competitions.
made for the 2029-30
Give
season.
us
Good luck
someone
to you all, well
weak.
done on
Come on.
getting this far, and let's see who paid us the most to get a
Long
nice
as
draw,
it
yeah?
isn't Barcelona
Are you
or
ready to
Bayern
go?
Munich. Either of the others I'm fine
Yeah,
with.
right,
Just
let's
not
go. Everyone ready?
Munich
Let's go.
or
Okay,
Barca.
first up,
Right, I'll
Porto
take
of
Porto.
Portugal
No,
against
okay.
RB Leipzig of Germany. Tie number
Don't be
one.
us, don't
Tie
be
two,
us.
Bayern Munich of
Yes, take
Germany
that,
against
United.
Man United of
Right,
England.
Barca, don't give us
Tie 3,
Barca.
Barcelona of Spain
Juventus,
against
nice.
Juventus
Good
of
tie so
Italy.
far.
Tie
Arsenal, we'll
4,
take them.
Arsenal of England
We'll take
against
them,
Paris
right.
Saint-Germain of
Time to bury
France. Tie
Zinedine
5,
Zidane. Let's
Villarreal of
go.
Spain
Turn the
against
DJ up. Come
AC
on, let's get
Milan
some
of
party
Italy. Tie
music
6,
going on.
Inter Milan
Woohoo!
of Italy against Liverpool of England. Tie 7, Benfica of Portugal against Roma of Italy. And tie 8, Atletico Madrid against Ajax of the Netherlands. Good luck to everyone in the next stage of the competition.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge here on Shaun Does FM with the guy who called an episode Panenka instead of Rabona, which is quite clearly what happened. Simple New Zealand football follower mistake that. Don't know what I was thinking when I did that, but it's too late to change it now. But anyway, sorry if you're offended by that. If you weren't, never mind. Welcome back. So we've only had one game since yesterday's episode where we clinched top spot in our Champions League group with a 3-0 win over Manchester City. If you missed that episode, I'll leave a link in the top right corner. And if you're looking forward to today's episode, it is the last game of the first half of the Ligue all season, and we are taking on our former team in Monaco at the Parc de Prince. And please do go down below, hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't done so already and enjoy what you see here, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on as well. So just the one game to show you guys highlights of, and it was a game that we put our rotated team out for, and luckily it paid off. A team who at that stage were in 15th in Lorient, and we beat them 5-0. We opened the scoring inside 10 minutes. Rodrigo Macedo making his way forward, somehow kept possession there. Morello slots him back through and he buries that near post to put us 1-0 up in the 8th minute. After that, the next goal was in the 37th minute. We had a good little blitz before half time here. Jeremy Doku yet again playing a nice game in the rotation, setting up Morello there. Puts that away nice and easy at the near post as well. And then not long after that, a free kick which falls to Doku, and he puts that past the keeper on that side of the goal, and we were 3-0 up at the 40-minute mark, and not long after that, it was back to 4-0, because Ruggieri puts a ball in the mixer, Morello heads it, I think that took a deflection, but either way, Morello got his second for the game, and then right after half-time, we started off well here as well. Ruggieri down to SMS, Morello, Macedo, onto Doku, some wonderful short passing from us there. We might have even got a penalty for the tackle on Macedo, but Doku put that away for his double. Another very good game for him and a very comfortable 5-0 win. But what that means going into today's game is we'll show you guys the Lorient ratings quickly. Not great from them, it's fair to say, but a good result for us. And we go back to Ligue 1. This is a tough game for us, but we really do need to be winning it because Marseille are still 2 points ahead of us. They are not dropping points. And of course, they are now out of Europe, as we discovered in yesterday's episode, because they were looking like coming second, but in the end they came fourth. So, of course, they've got a bit of a breather compared to us for the rest of the season now. So, as I said yesterday, they might take a bit more catching than we thought. They've got Lyon away today, which could be a tricky game for them. You'd still expect them to win that. Lyon not looking overly great this season, down in ninth. This game for us is a lot tougher, but of course, at the start of the season, we played these guys in their Trophée des Champions and bet them 3-1. So hopefully, we can pick up a similar result here off the back of this game. We'll also run you guys through some of the transfers we might be looking at doing in this upcoming window that's coming off the back of today's game. We've also got the Coup de France starting in our next game, but it is during the transfer window, and it's a competition that the board here at Paris Saint-Germain do not care about, so we're probably going to be putting the rotation out in most of those games. And if we look at our schedule from the intro, you would have seen that in late February, we will be taking on Arsenal in the Champions League first knockout round. Not a bad draw there, actually. I do not mind taking on Arsenal. They're a team I think we should be beating, and hopefully we can get a decent result in the first league before we take them back home just about a month later, just under that. But it's a little way away, but it's probably not too far away episode-wise because that Marseille game at the end of January is going to be a really good point to come back for transfer-wise, and because they're top of the table, hopefully we can get revenge on them. And to be fair, apart from that Arsenal game in February, there isn't a lot that catches the eye there. So I think we'll be starting to churn through this season. It's looking mostly like the interesting game is going to be against Marseille, and otherwise our former club in Monaco right towards the end. But not a lot of interesting games in Ligue 1, albeit we will need to start getting back on top of the table just to take some pressure off us there. And as I said, Marseille, not as much workload as we're going to have, so that could be an important game where we could hopefully overtake them in late January. But we will come back shortly with the team sheets from the Parc des Princes, PSG versus Monaco in the battle of our French teams. And here are the team sheets. We are at full strength. That is the team you'd expect to see from us at this stage. Nothing really run through there as we rested players in that last game against Lorient. We are at full fitness with these boys for their last game in a little while. And Monaco, we're familiar with a lot of those players, just running through to see if there's anyone in there that we might not expect to be in there. They got both Angelini and Gabriel Fernandez with no Quintero starting, so that's a bit interesting. They got Juan Mara Costa, I believe, is playing attacking midfield for them, so he's going to be in behind Fabio Henrique up front. But otherwise, that team is looking pretty solid. And their bench, as we know, when you've got the likes of Quintero, Agume, and Red on there, a little bit surprised not to see either Agume or Tapsoba starting, but it's a pretty strong team. We know that because we built it up, and hopefully we can get 3 points against them today. And there is that Monaco formation of 4-2-3-1, essentially, just changed it slightly since we were there. As you can see, Acosta in that cam role, which is why they would have brought him in from Chelsea earlier in the season. And a win here would keep us in touch with Marseille, and that's what we want. As long as we can keep in touch with them leading into that game against them next month, that would be good. And it could be a very important game in what is more than likely going to be the next episode. We are kicking off at home, playing left to right in the blue, Monaco in the red and white, as we are oh so familiar with. And yeah, hopefully we can pick up a win. Otherwise, Marseille will get the chance to pinch a bit of a break on us. Or as we have an early throw-in, Juan Gomez finds Felix, gives the ball away to Angelini, but we do get it back. Medina, Aguirre, Mariba, Augusto just outside the box. Bakar, Mbappe, I think he was offside there, puts it away. The graphic hasn't come up. I'm pretty sure Mbappe's offside there. Good to get the ball in the back of the net that early. But I'm pretty sure this is going to get ruled out. Looked pretty clear cut. And indeed, it has been pulled back. We'll see the replay here, no doubt. Or we won't. And Marseille are 1 goal up against Lyon as well, but it's 0 here early. Throw in for PSG, 10 minutes gone. Hopefully we can get another attack going, but this time we don't stray offside. Bakar down the right-hand side for us. Puts a ball in the midfield. Medina onto Mariba. Felix has a pop. It will go out for a corner. And hopefully we can get something going from this Mbappe to put it into the mixer. As we're reminded of that early goal to Marseille. We put it in. Gvardiol can't quite get his head to it. Acosta on the ball for Monaco. Running his way towards touch. Good slide tackle from Aguirre. Still 0-0 after 12 minutes. Throw in for us here, PSG. Now, Mbappe has taken a knock, but a knock, I should say, but the injury symbol has not come up. That's not great from Mariba, but we will have a look at this just to see what is going on. You'll also see Lyon have equalised against Marseille, so that helps us out a bit for now. Injured, but Billy can shake it off. We'll leave him on for now, I think, and Bakar's also picked up a yellow, so interesting stuff early here. We'll leave him on for now. Might have a look at that perhaps around the 40-minute mark or half-time, but early injury trouble perhaps for us here with Mbappe carrying a knock. Throw in again for us in the 25th minute and down the right end of the pitch to Mariba. Slide tackle. Tessier does keep possession though, does Mariba. Gomez puts in the mixer. Yeah, Felix back to goal, back to Aguirre. Oh, it's an absolute mess. Somehow we don't put that in the back of the net, although Augusto was offside, and it's still somehow 0-0, getting ourselves into some good positions, but straying offside when the chances come now. Mbappe, can he slot this away with an injury? He can't. Yeah, Felix, tight angle, didn't have a shot. Back in the mixer for Medina, and that's straight at Goron. We're looking quite good, but need a goal to show for it soon. Another highlight here, Mbappe on the ball. Looks like he's recovered somewhat, and now it's Bakar down the right-hand side. 2-2 in that Lyon-Marseille game too, so that is a bit more interesting than this game at the moment, although there's enough chances here. We just need to put one in the back of the net. All the action so far down our end, though. Yeah, it is 2-2, not like that graphic in the bottom left corner shows. Headed away from Monaco. Acosta on the ball again, and if they get us on the counter here, this will be very disappointing. Aguirre, a good slide tackle, and it's still 0-0 after half an hour. And we now have a goal kick not long after that last highlight. Hopefully we can build from the back and maybe get something on target again here. This time, hopefully we won't stray offside Mariba. making his way forward. Costa takes the ball off him, and then he gives the ball away to Angelini, the young winger, who is very promising, as we saw from him when we were at Monaco, albeit we sent him on loan quite a bit. Flavio Henrique has a header on goal, but Celescu claims that quite safely, and it is still 0-0 with 10 to go in this first half. And another highlight, hasn't been many stoppages for us in this game so far, but the score remains 0-0. Todibo makes his way forward, ball for Augusto on the right-hand side. Aguirre, 1-2, puts the ball in the mix of Alex Mariba. What a save from Goron. Mbappe offside though. Boy, oh boy, we will encourage the boys, but this game has everything except a goal at the moment with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Late highlight here as we're just about to approach referee's time. It's booted long from Goron and we do get possession back. João Felix on the ball, making his way infield from that left wing, puts the ball over for Augusto, switches the flanks, just keeps that in play. Back to Aguirre across from Mariba. Good effort for him, but the shot is blocked. And it looks like we'll be going into half-time at 0-0, although we do get the ball down the right end of the paddock again. Yeah, Felix back to Aguirre. Medina switches play out to Bakar. Forward for Augusto. Tight angle. Can he square this? We will have a corner late. Boy, we've been dominating this first half from what we've seen, but really need to get something in the back of the net to have something to show for it. Mbappe puts the ball in, headed away from Alvaro Fernandez. Acosta on the counter now for Monaco, and hopefully nothing comes from this for them. He's got Gomez with pace here, it looks like, although he tracks back now. Puts a ball in. Aguirre it was, in fact, who blocks it. And now they have a free kick, Monaco. Fernandez puts it in. Headed away now. Augusto on the edge of the box. This is a good opportunity for him. Mbappe recovered somewhat as we saw, but he makes his way forward, does Augusto. Nice spot. Can he square this, or what will he do? It's a tackle. And it's been given a penalty, but VAR will check it. Look, we'll have another look at that, I think. It looked a little bit soft from first impression, and it is no penalty, so darn it. To be fair, it looked pretty right decision, though, and it will be 0-0 at half-time. It's been all happening. You look at the stats. We have thoroughly dominated this game. How we don't have a goal, I will not know, but we're tracking okay. I think we're going to make one sub at half-time. One Gomez not having a great game, so we'll make that sub before we get into the team talk. Bring Ruggieri on for him. We'll get to the dressing room, bust out the media one, because that seems to work quite nicely. A bit of faith, and hopefully we can just break through, because we're looking pretty good here, it has to be said. Just need some reward for our play. We'll see how we get on in the second half. Aguirre on a yellow heart, so maybe we can look to bring someone on for him, perhaps, but like the way we're playing, just need to get something in the back of the net. Monaco kicking off, playing left to right, and they're down a dangerous end already. And Helini. Slide tackle from Ruggieri. It's a goal kick. Thought that might be a penalty for a second. It is still 0-0 as we start the second half. Goal kick for Monaco, 50th minute. Goron pumps it long, but we will get possession back here through Ruggieri. Onto Gvardiol, and now we get the ball up to João Felix in the final. And then in the right half of the field, lovely ball for Augusto, and we've got our 1-goal lead. That is exactly what we were after. We played so well in that first half, had no reward for it, but this time we get it right. Good early ball, João Felix. That was lovely over to Antonio Augusto. Look at this ball. You can't see if he's offside here, but it's pretty clear actually from that angle, isn't it? And Alvaro Fernandez was a bit all at sea, and we get our goal lead after 50 minutes. Corner to Monaco not long after we put one in the back of the net, and Kudus will put it in, the man that we signed on a free for them. Gvardiol heads it away, and Augusto should get to this before a Monaco man, and he does it quite easily too, just keeps that in play, and he may be after a double. He could slot Mbappe through there, didn't opt to. Back to Mariba, he might have a pop just wide to the left, and it's still 1-0. Free kick to Monaco, 61st minute. Not much going on since that goal. We do head that ball away, and Augusto is going to get on the end of this again. Another good counter-attacking chance for us. And Augusto, what can he do in a dangerous spot? Has a crack. Lovely save from Goron, has to be said. That was going into the bottom right corner, or at least the bottom right side of the goal, but a wonderful save from Goron, and he keeps it at 1-0. Okay, we are in the 68th minute, and we've got Aguirre on a red heart here, so I think we're going to take him off. In terms of replacements, Rashid Cedric can cover that cam role, advanced playmaker role quite nicely, so he'll come on for him. Also get Medina, I think, to ease off tackles, although we could take him off, but I think we'll just get him to ease off tackles now. We've also got Bakar easing off tackles, so hopefully we don't get broken through because of that, but it is 1-0 with just over 20 to go. Corner for PSG, 70th minute. If we can get the cushion goal here, it would be very nice. Gvardiol heads it, comes off the post, and somehow it's still 1-0. And a corner now for Monaco as we ignore this Mbappe message that keeps popping up. Now Almas heads it, just over the bar, so some good chances at either end from corners, but it is still 1-0, and we will get shown this goal kick. See Celescu taking it short, and hopefully we can build from the back. And as I said, the cushion goal would be very nice here. Augusto nearly just gives the ball away there with a bit of sloppiness, a bit of miscommunication between the teammates, but he kept possession, so no harm done. And now Ruggieri down the left off the bench, puts a ball in, tried to find Mbappe, another good save from Goron. He's having a blinder in goal for them. Could easily be up by a couple here, but it remains 1-0. Medina takes the ball out. We've got 17 to go. We'll get shown this highlight from the throw-in. Ricky Puig off the bench for Monaco. Just loses possession briefly, but they do get it back, although we get it back through Bakar Augusto. Tries to put a ball through. Luckily, Medina tidies it up for us, and we get possession back, Mariba. And as I said, yet again, we are looking for this cushion goal because we know how dangerous Monaco are when they can get on the counter, the likes of Flavio Henrique, and if he's not on the field by now, the likes of Edwin Quintero as well. Nice ball there for Cedra. It's a good save from Goron, but it falls to João Felix. He couldn't hold on to all of them, I suppose, and we get our 2-goal cushion. João Felix having a wonderful game now, an assist and a goal. It was Augusto making his way down the right-hand side, puts this ball in towards Cedra, who's coming in from the edge of the box. To be fair, Goron probably got blocked by a few of his defenders there with line of vision, and João Felix is able to pick up the scraps, and we're 2-0 up. And with 10 minutes to go, I think we're just going to do a fairly simple sort of subs here and take the players on yellow cards off. So Joe Gomez for Bakar and SMS for Medina will get them to not ease off tackles. In fact, we can't do that because we already made the sub for Ruggieri. So we'll bring Gomez on anyway and take Bakar off, get Gomez not easing off tackles, and hopefully we can hold on for this win with just over 10 minutes to go. Corner for PSG, 80th minute. If we can get a third here, it should be all wrapped up. We put in the mixer. Fernandez heads it clear for Monaco. The left back Fernandez, there's Mbappe in the box, just curves that around the far post, and it is still 2-0. Goal kick for PSG here, 84th minute. We take it somewhat short to Cedra, and he finds Felix having a wonderful game, finds Mbappe in the box. Difficult angle, but he might be able to win something for us here. Oh, nice ball from Ariba, but straight at Goron, and it stays 2-0 with 7 to go. Throw in for Monaco, but we are past referee's time. We do intercept the ball. We clear it away. It's gone out, and you'd think this will be full time. It's looking like a good 2-0 win for us, and indeed it is. That is 3 big points. Unfortunately, I have seen the result in the other game, I believe, and Marseille did pick up a couple of late goals, so it looks like they will still be 2 points in front of us, but a 2-0 win over Monaco, nothing to sneeze at all. We know how good these guys are, and we played pretty well all over the park, it is fair to say. Ruggieri coming on for one, Gomez and did a good job. Everyone pretty much in the green, and a nice performance from the boys there. We go to Monaco, you can see Goron, the only player in the green. Bit of an average performance, you have to say, by them. They didn't create a heck of a lot, apart from one header, I believe. But yeah, otherwise we thoroughly dominated that game, and we pick up a well-deserved 2-0 win, I think it is fair to say. And if we look at the results in these other games, the one that we're looking out for is Marseille. They got goals in the 88th and 89th minute, so they have burgled a win there. Not sure if they really did burgle it, but it feels like it when you see goals scored in those timings of the game. So they do keep the 2-point lead ahead of us, but we are well clear of third with Monaco on 39 points, us on 49 halfway through the season. Look, if Marseille can get another 51 points in the second half of the season, then fair play to them, but history suggests, especially from last season, that they might tire out in the second half, albeit the lack of European football might change that, but we'll see what happens. And our goal difference is a bit better than theirs as well, so hopefully that will fall in our favour should it get that close. But hopefully we can pull away from them and at least get a win over them in the next episode, I think is what we're going to be coming back for at the end of January. But we'll be back shortly, very shortly for you guys, and we'll have a run through our shortlist and just see what we might be doing in this upcoming transfer window. So we're here on the shortlist. The one area that I think we do need to strengthen this team in is another backup right back. We've got Joe Gomez who can cover there, and he's doing a decent job, but I think I prefer to be using him at centre back. And what that means is we have 30 million euros to try and get in a backup. And if you look at what we've got on this list, it really only leaves one option, and it is an interesting option, but we might see what we can do with it. Joshua Kimmich. I'm not convinced about this transfer. You can see for a wing-back on support, his dribbling isn't great. The rest of the stats, to be fair, are good. His physicals have gone down, which to be expected at 34, but for a guy who's going to be just coming in when Bakar gets tired or needs a rest, I think this guy could do a great job. And the other thing you have to remember with someone like Joshua Kimmich is his versatility. He can play CDM, he can play midfield, he can play right wing if we want him to, he can play centre back. He is a very good versatility option and could be exactly what we need. In terms of wing back, a few things missing, but on the whole, he's probably a bit better than any of our other backup options. And for 4.9 million euros, I honestly feel like that might not be a bad deal. If we can get someone a bit younger, that would be ideal. But for this season, I think he's the main one that we might go for. We've got the likes of Mario De Kiko, who is next on the list, 34.5 million euro. That will be stretching our budget. He's a lot more better off physically. Otherwise, there's not a lot of differences between the two of them. So maybe this would be the guy, ideally, who we could go after. And of course, it also depends on the offers that come in on our end. I will say Onana still wants to leave, but he is running out of contract at the end of the season. So we might not be able to get any money for Onana. So he might be going on a free, which would mean we'd be left with the 30 million euros. So this is a guy who we would ideally be trying to go for. He looks like a really good backup option coming in from Inter, but I think Kimmich's going to be the one that we can afford. And we've also got a few other players on our next window targets who we can go after as well. We've got Kedda back there. He's a guy I'm looking at for next season to bring in for left back. Should we still be at the club? Because I've said a few times, I think we can improve there. Otherwise, it's just picking up players on cheaps and players who can come into our under 19s and that. So we've got a few players here. The likes of O'Donnell, Olival, and João Costa don't want to be sold, so that might be difficult. We went after the O'Donnell and Oliver in the first transfer window here at PSG, but weren't able to get them, so they might be pushing it. But apart from that, you got below Kimmich, Ratko Zamucic, currently in need of a rest, but he's an 18-year-old striker from Serbia. Look, he looks very good, kind of the mould of Benjamin Mazal, and those two could be fighting amongst each other to be a future star of this club. You can see his finishing is good, composure could use a bit of work, but he's got very good physicals. He's got enough about him for me to like this guy for about 4.5 million euros. That looks like a fairly decent deal, and hopefully we can get that done. You can see Benfica are also after him, so you might have to go in sooner rather than later for him, and he only wants 1.8k euro a week as well, or up to 2.5, so I do like the look of him as a cheap transfer. Really, I think it's going to be a quiet window, but of course it's going to depend on offers that come in and the like. And then next season we might have to try and bring in someone like Kedda back to go in front of Gomez and Ruggieri at left back. That's one that I've definitely got a long-term target of, and Noah Kedda back. We'll have a quick look at him now for you guys. You can probably see why I'm looking at him. He's very well-rounded for that role we're looking at. His physicals are pretty darn good. Makes good decisions, good concentration, positioning is good. Everything you want from a left back, he has got pretty much. Could be a little bit better, I suppose, but on the whole, he's a pretty good option from Bayer Leverkusen, of course, a team who we are familiar with. After the Champions League group stage, he will be playing Europa League football for the rest of the season. So maybe he's someone that we can go in next season, but we've still got a while before we think about that. And there is, of course, the possibility that we might win the Champions League this year. That would be nice. But if we don't, he's a guy who we can go after next season with a estimated transfer budget of 106 million euros. And the better we do in competitions, then the more that should go up, you would think. But a couple of transfers we're looking at there, probably the notable ones. Kimmich as a backup right back and Ratko Zamucic as a promising young striker, and that would only cost us just over 12 million euros perhaps. So we'd still have a fair bit in the bank should some more players pop up in the scouting centre. But I think that will do for today's episode. Not a transfer window that we can go overly big in with the $30 million euro budget, but we should be able to do enough with that and hopefully pick up some young promising players whenever they appear. Tomorrow, I think we'll come back towards the end of this transfer window for that Marseille game. It should be a very big game. If we can pick up a win there, hopefully we'll be going ahead of them, provided that we get the job done over Sochaux Montpellier in the meantime, and with a 2-week gap between those games. And of course, we've got the Coupe de France before then, but we will be putting out a heavily rotated team for that game, I would suggest, against second division of Lanches. We should be pretty ready to go in that game, I think, against Marseille, and hopefully we can turn the tables after they did do a number on us earlier in the season, it's fair to say, with a 2-0 win at their home. Hopefully we can get a similar or better result this time around. But as I said, that will do it for today's episode. If you did enjoy the win over our former club in Monaco, then go down below leave a thumbs up on the video. And also remember, if you're new around here and haven't done so already, to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. Hopefully the next episode will be tomorrow, but it is a transfer window, so it might take a little bit longer. So if there's a video missing for a day, that might be why. Give you guys some warning. But until then, Marseille and some transfers. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.